Hey, it's seed starting time. Well, it's time to start the seeds that take the longest. So today I'm going to be starting celery, onions, and leeks. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to fill this tray with peat plugs. I ended up buying a bigger size, which the store didn't have the smaller size, but they work, they fit, so it's all good. The plugs are all in the tray. I fill the tray up with water and let the plugs soak so that they can expand. And I just pitter around doing other stuff while this is happening. And I'll speed this up so that it doesn't take so long. Once the plugs are all expanded and wet, I straighten them out on here so that they're all in one sort of level. And then I dump the excess water. Once all the excess water is out, it is time to plant our seeds. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to open the top of the plugs a little bit so that there's a bit more space to put the seeds in. And then I'm going to put my seeds in. So the first one I'm doing is onion. It's going to be the first 2 rows. Once I have them planted, I sort of squish the tops a little bit to hold the seeds in. It doesn't really much matter, I guess, at this point, because it's being planted inside, so there's no wind outside, because it's inside. So it's probably not necessary, but I do it anyways out of habit. Because I'm planting more than one thing in this one container, I'm making labels for everything and putting them on whichever rows that they are planted on. So I'm going to label the onions, and then I'm going to move on to planting the celery in the middle 2 rows, and I'll label that as well. And then I'll plant the leeks in the last 2 rows, and I'll label that as well. And this way I can tell which is which. The onions and the leeks are going to look very, very similar off the start, which is why I put the celery between them. And yeah, once I get it all planted, I put the tray cover on. I don't remember exactly what it's called, but it's to keep the humidity in there so that it's like a self-contained unit until things start growing. When I was doing this, I also set up a different type of hydroponic thing just to try with 2 old water bottles whose lids started to make me really sick, so I had to toss the lids, and I just didn't want to toss the water bottles. I put lettuce in one and kale in another. I also, after completing this, transplanted the baby aloe vera into pots because I managed to get to the store, and while I was getting the plugs, I got some soil. So I was able to get all that done. And now everybody's under grow lights by the window, so hopefully everybody grows very nicely.